Ready to go?
This is Ben from Goatwhore, and you're watching DaBelly.
Hey, it's Dave from DaBelly. Tonight we're at Club Red with, well, it's Ben from Let me do this again. Oh, it's a Vengeful Ascension. No.
Yeah, Ben from Ben, who's here from Vengeful Ascension.
There it is.
That's exactly what it is.
All right.
That's still right. You're still on the right path, man. We just got, it's just a path. It's like the interstate is packed with traffic, and you got off because you just hit a road that runs parallel to it. That's faster.
I saw this sign and go, no, here we go. Oh.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Hey, it's Dave from DaBelly. Tonight we're at Club Red here in, we're in Mesa, Arizona. Goatwhore, Ben. I got all the pieces right this time.
Yeah.
Welcome to Phoenix. Welcome to the Phoenix area.
No problem. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming out.
It's exciting. You guys are out on tour again. Talk a little bit about the tour and how it's been going.
It's been good, man. We're actually at the early stages of it. There's like 6 shows, something like that.
Yeah.
We got all the way until like the beginning of December, like December 1st or whatever. Got an entourage of crazy acts going on, like us, Casualties, Black Tusk.
See?
Great American Ghost, Motherion. Motherion does like one half of the tour, and Gozu does like the other half of the tour. So,
see, that was actually one of my questions. Is tour packages. You guys, you put together a great package, and that's important for.
It was kind of like a universal decision too. Metal Alliance has their thing that they want to do, and I know some people will be like, Metal Alliance and the Casualties are like punk fan and these bands like that. It's just like, yeah, but it's like it's the ideal of it doesn't. Everybody's sort of like they're solid about sticking to the actual meaning of something, I guess.
Sometimes when you mix up the acts, you get the different genres of music together. It makes for a cool vibe. Yeah,
you know what? Actually, in San Antonio it was awesome because there were a lot of like punk kids and metal kids.
Yeah, see?
The way that interaction happened was amazing. And what's cool about it is because being a little older too, I grew up in that era with like DRI and all that, where they kind of did like this crossover thing, and it was like a mixture of that. There was two or three different kind of scenes, like extreme scenes.
Yeah.
And that it's cool to see that go on because it reminds me of that when I was like younger too as well.
Yeah. Well, Vengeful Ascension was your last album, your most recent album. Are you happy with the reception? You've been on it now for about a year and a half. Are you happy with the reception you received?
Yeah, I'm happy with the reception. I just wish there was like more people responding to it. Not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying, there's a lot of records that come out,
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. It's hard to kind of keep up with stuff, but the people that do have it, thank you very much. And their response has been really good about it, And when we play live, we play a lot of, like tonight, we're playing a lot of material from Vengeful Ascension, and it comes across really well, and the people are into it, so that's a good thing. And the good thing about it too is we're playing it, and if the person really isn't familiar with it, say they didn't see when it came out, because there's 800 other records coming out around the same time.
Yep.
They get to see it, and they're like, "Holy shit! I missed this when it came out," but they got it here with them, and they played these songs and.
And that's what's kind of cool. It's necessary for a band these days to have a touring cycle or an album cycle of 2 or 3 years because you have to get out there and earn that buck back and everything. For the fan, as you just mentioned, you may have missed it when the album first came out. And this is a good opportunity to see you guys a little bit later. You're playing more of the music live.
We've gotten better at playing it.
What?
Better than when we recorded it.
How's that possible?
No, I'm just,
So you have an extremely loyal fan base.
Yeah, we do. We do. Yeah. It's pretty cool, man. And we've been doing this thing for a long time, and it's really unique how we've kind of built that little thing. You see bands come out, and like they come out and they kind of blow up, but then they kind of teeter off and go down, and then some bands get huge at one point. It's like we've kind of like created this little like if we had a graph, it would show that we still haven't reached the peak yet.
There it is. There it is.
And so that's what's the good thing about it. Because I feel like once you reach the peak, either it's going to be going down from there, or it could stable out and stay across.
Well, it sounds like it's stabled out. It sounds like you guys are.
Well, no, because we haven't hit the peak yet.
Well, okay. The next album, you hit the peak.
Maybe. It all depends. It all depends. At least for me, I feel like it leaves that room there to grow and expand and, achieve that. Or maybe we did and then there is another level. Maybe there is another peak. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there's numerous peaks.
Yes.
Where some bands there's only one peak.
Agreed. And that's unfortunate for some bands. And others, man, you think they've hit their stride, you think they've hit their best album, and then an album or two later they come out with the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Look at Judas Priest, man. The firepower, that shit's fucking insane. It's like, holy shit, man. I thought Rob Halford was like 26 again or something.
It's not over with yet, people. Not over with yet. So you guys, you've been around for a moment or two, and it's cool because that tenure, that legacy that you have in place. Talk a little bit about the changes, the evolution of death metal and old school versus new school, and how things, your perspective on it all.
Change is inevitable. So, things are going to happen within a scene. Some people, some of the the true people or whatever want everything to stay away. But I think that sometimes you need the variation in there and the mixture of styles to kind of create new things and take different paths. But I think two things go full circle, so it does go back to an original style. And then when you have a younger generation that wasn't around for that original style, they latch onto that style and then they kind of recreate it in a certain way or redo it in their own idea, but it still resembles the older style, So I never believed that, metal was ever like dead or, how people go, oh, it's no good no more. No, it's not. I don't think it does that. I think it's just, there's a whole underground scene out there.
Absolutely.
And it's always evolving and changing and taking the next step. You can even see that with like bigger like metal bands. Like if you go back to like, you go from Ozzy to Metallica, to like Pantera, to Slipknot, you can see that change in extremity in what each one of those bands did and how it was accepted amongst a huge population. And you kind of see that as time goes on with everything. And then with that extreme point that does that on a commercial level, way down here in the underground, it's 10 times more,
Agreed.
And then those people, like people that are in the more upper mainstream, start to go, oh, well, where did this come from? And they start going down the rabbit holes and they find things. Like nowadays, you have so many things with the internet. It's like rabbit hole after rabbit hole. And it's like I'll be sitting up at night sometimes and I'm like, holy shit, 3 hours just passed because I was looking at this band, listening to it, and I saw these links to other bands that sound like this band, and I went to their links and those went to these links and these went to, and now it's 3 hours and it's 4 a.m. and I should have went to bed 3 hours ago.
It's totally it. For me, metal music is a genre that remains viable, and over the years, it's always been one band after another just bumping it, hearing what the band did before them, and them taking that and then bumping it the next level and bumping the next level. So over time, it's grown so much. It's evolved, it's changed, but it's still remained a viable vehicle of music. It's metal music.
No, it definitely, and you know what I think it does too? I think because of like, after so many years, there's a new younger generation out there and they kind of get involved with it. I think that kind of fuels the older generation because like even bands, that were older, like Exodus and Slayer, and they see the new ones come out and they see the extreme levels they're bringing to the table, and it kind of puts a fire under them. Like, we used to be like this and we need to continue to be like this.
Exactly.
So it kind of, it's competitive in a way, but not really. It's more like a thing, like a little flame that is ignited in somebody's tail, that's for sure.
And for you at home, if you're thinking any genre of music is dead, I'll guarantee you one thing. There's some kid buying his first guitar and jumping off the coffee table. That's the way it is, man.
Yeah, I just think that, it's got its peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
At one point it seems like it's at the top, and the next point it doesn't. But it doesn't mean it's gone.
That's it.
It just means, and also too, it's all about creating moments. Okay, like when you watch all these documentaries about like the hardcore scene, the thrash metal thing, you know, Twisted Sister or whatever, that was a moment where that shit happened and people were involved with that. Now it's time for a younger generation to create that moment in 20 years that we're doing documentaries on Netflix and all that for those people.
It's coming again.
It'll constantly keep going. You know, it's just like what they did with the, you know, like in Norway with the black metal scene.
Exactly.
It's kind of, to me, that whole thing was reminiscent of like the punk thing. It was this like rebellious, fucking gritty thing. And they just took it to a whole different kind of level, you know? So it was all a step and it kept moving things and changes things.
So you just got back from Europe, doing the festivals and all. You spent a lot of time in Europe this year.
Yeah, we did. We actually, in the beginning part of the year, we did a tour with Sepultura, Obscura, and Fit for an Autopsy.
Yeah, that's a hell of a show.
Yeah, it was a really good tour. I broke my leg and foot 4 shows in. Like, it's not even, I have to say, it wasn't even doing anything. Like, I wasn't on the stage and jumped off and did. It was a huge trailer we were sharing a bus. It was us, Obscura, and Fit for an Autopsy on a bus. And it was a huge trailer, and it had this huge metal ramp door, and it had a hydraulic system. Well, the hydraulic system allowed one person to open and close it. You know, and like we'd be out there, we'd unload it, close it up, you go back in there to get merch or something. And there was people that were merch, and there was this little girl that would merch, and she could open and close it.
Yeah.
I went out there one day, and no one was there, and I went to go open it, and the whole thing just came down in the weight. I was trying to hold it, and it hit me in the head, threw me back, landed on my leg and foot, and broke my leg and foot. Yeah. But I stayed out there. And I just sat on a head case.
Show was on.
If Dave Grohl can do it, I mean, he's got a cool throne that someone gave to him, built for him, whatever. And then he ended up lending it to Axl Rose,
Yeah.
Couldn't viably send it out to us, so I could do it. But we took a guitar head case, sat it up, and I sat on that every night and played the shows.
See, show goes on, people.
Yeah, it goes on too because you ain't got no money to get home after. But no, I mean but I still had a good time. I realized too how many fucking stairs there are in Europe at that point. You don't really realize it until you have crutches and you're trying to go up and down stairs in venues. But and so we did that, and then when we came home from that, we actually did. It was like a small 2-week tour with Satirical, and then we went back to Europe and we did festival stuff and shows in between with Dying Fetus, Alcoholic Halls, a few other bands. But it was cool. It was really cool. We played a lot of really cool festivals we never played this past.
That's excellent that you guys got that opportunity. And it's great that you can spend so much time in Europe and spread the word of Goatwhore and make it bigger.
Yeah, just keep it moving.
All about it. So what's going on with 2019? It's been a little while since you've done a record, and I'm sure you want.
Well, I mean, come on, the record's like a little over a year. It's not really.
Well,
I mean, so there's bands that go 3 years before they do a new record, right?
Yeah, there's some bands that do a lot more than 3 years.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
So I mean, we have some things in the pot, So, but we don't do a lot. Like when we tour a lot, we don't really do a lot of writing because we're just too busy out here.
It's hard.
Procrastinating or drinking or doing something ridiculous.
Riding around in carts.
Yeah. Riding around in a basket. It's like, why don't we write a riff? No. Why don't you get in this basket? I'm going to push you around. Maybe you'll fall over. You'll break your wrist, and then we won't be able to play tonight. Awesome.
Sorry, we didn't get this on camera. Next time.
But so we have that, and we're actually talking about going back to Europe for a little run in March, April, somewhere up in there, and maybe something else next year. But I think next year will be a lot of focus on working on new stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe 2020 and out floats in here. And
yeah. I think we're trying to possibly hit the studio right near the end of 2019.
Perfect.
So.
That's all I got. Did I miss anything? What else you want to talk about?
No, I think it's good, man. When's this going to be posted, actually?
This will be posted end of the month. This actually goes up on the very 1st of December.
Oh, I was going to say something about this tour that was going on, but
you can still say something about it.
Well, no, okay. So
wait a minute.
We have this VIP thing that we do every day. It's like a scavenger hunt thing.
Cool.
It's like a unique Goatwhore item, and it's locked up in this bin. and we have all these keys, but only one key opens it.
Oh.
And people have to go find the keys and see what opens it. We just wanted to do something a little different for the VIP.
See?
Like usually, like the VIP thing is usually like meet and greet. It's like, hey, take a picture, yeah, baby, sign this. You know, we're like, why don't we do some kind of like unique little fun thing? So we have this.
Yeah.
I guess they call it the upgraded VIP.
There it is.
So, but it's this little scavenger hunt thing. And it's like everybody that has that VIP, it gets like an exclusive Goatwhore shirt. That's only exclusive to that. And then they all get a chance to win this unique little item, which I'm not going to talk about.
Perfect. So that's your answer, people. You get to do the VIP thing with Goatwhore. There's
But time you post this, the whole tour's going to be over.
There's another tour. Cut it out. There'll be more tours.
Yeah, but we might do something different for the next tour.
That's their mystery. They can figure it out.
Yeah, true. Well, at least they know that we do unique things instead of
Yes.
Because it's cool because it's interactive. Like we're there with them, and they're all kind of like looking around for these things. In Oklahoma City was really funny. There was a good bit of people, and it's just funny. Like people like looking for it, and like somebody would find a key and they would run because it's like as soon as you find a key, you can come try to open it. And it's like I don't have it, and they're going to look for another one. And then like today we did something where they gave one of the keys to somebody on the tour.
Oh.
And they said you have to go you can ask somebody if they have the key and they'll give you a key. But then we didn't know, but the guy was like, I do have the key, but you have to tell me a good joke. So there'll be little things that are thrown in there to kind of make it a little bit more interesting.
Maybe a future giveaway is you win Goatwhore. They come home, they play in your living room. This would be great.
Oh, I'd love to do that. I don't know, people would like us playing in there. Didn't Metallica do that back in the day?
I think they did.
They had a thing, it was like 5 18-wheelers, and one of the 18-wheelers had them in it, and they roll up at the house, and then they had a party at their house, and they played and everything. Yeah, we could do a Goatwhore one like that. We'll all be in 5 trailers, like little trailers, like we're pulling around in a van.
Yeah. Be careful, they're going to tear the place up. So be careful what you win.
Just make sure there's beer, water, whiskey, and food.
There it is. Have a good night, people.
Thank you.